For the first time in a long few years here in Boston, the Red Sox are like legitimately prepared for postseason baseball the way they've been playing this year. For all the hype and the promise this team and this franchise has for the future, the question still remains the same. Can this pitching staff hold up in October? Frankly, we might need to ask if this starting rotation can hold up to even get them to October. Shocker. The biggest question mark going into the trade deadline that was not addressed anywhere near how much it needed to be addressed is still an issue. And that is that starting rotation. Garrett Crochet got rocked by Houston. First time in a long time. I was actually at his last loss, which was Memorial Day. Garrett Crochet got rocked by the Astros. Brian Bayo had his worst start in a month the day before that. And the day before that, Lucas Giolito was downright awful in San Diego. Walked 4 straight batters to end his outing in the 4th inning. That's your top 3 starters. 3 days in a row. 0-3. And not even close to good enough. Your top 3 starting pitchers against playoff teams on the road in a tight AL East race in the dog days of August. And that's what you got. 14 1/3 innings pitched, 18 hits, 14 runs, and 10 walks. That's what you got. More than half those walks came from Lucas Giolito, by the way, in one start. This is where the concern is. Going into the trade deadline, you said first base bat, starting pitcher. And the Red Sox didn't replace either of them. They didn't check either of those boxes. Like Dustin May, he's not an answer. Steven Matz, long relief guy, which you did need. It was about the 3rd or 4th need that you had, and you did get him. And that's it. That wasn't even close to good enough. And then the Red Sox go on another winning streak. They start sweeping good teams, taking series from good teams, and you're like, maybe they can just get by. Because they should be a postseason team, even after these 3 straight losses. They should be a playoff team. But you know the ceiling is pretty low because they didn't go out and get that. Lo and behold, 2 weeks after the trade deadline, that's still a major, major question. And it's not going the right way right now, that question. Okay, Garrett Crochet, what was the big concern about him when they traded for him and extended him? He's never pitched more than 145 innings in a season. He's never had like that full season as the ace workhorse. And even last year, when he was the ace of a rotation and was an all-star, he was playing for quite literally the worst team in modern baseball history. That is no barometer as to whether or not this guy could be an ace for an entire season for a contending team that's going to make the playoffs. Do I think then it was a bad idea to go and trade for him and extend him? No, I love Garrett Crochet. And this is his first bad start in a long time. But what I'm highlighting here is the innings pitched. 146 was his career high going into this year. He has already surpassed that. He got to 152. He leads the league in innings pitched, and it's August 12th, mid-August, and he's already hit his career high. Go ask Chris Sale. Things don't exactly get easier from this point on. There's a lot of wear and tear on your body from this point on. And he's already hit his career high in innings. Your number 2 starter has just hit 100 innings coming off of Tommy John surgery. That's where the numbers start to decline. Go in your clubhouse and ask Walker Buehler what that's like to try and pitch 100 innings coming off a TJ. It's not a pretty picture. The next 50 innings are not pretty. Brian Bayo hasn't hit his career innings yet. His career innings high. But you just wonder if Bayo's going to fall into the bad habits that he had the last couple of seasons when he hadn't fully realized his potential. Am I going overboard off of one bad start? Probably. Bayo's been awesome the last 2 months, at least the last month. Crochet's been great all season long. Giolito has been better than I thought he was going to be going into this year, coming off of Tommy John surgery. But when all three of them have bad starts all right in a row at a very crucial part of your season, then to me, that is a red flag. It starts waving. And meanwhile, Joe Ryan, the guy that you were going to go out there and get at the trade deadline, when the Minnesota Twins got rid of everybody else, traded more than anybody in the league, got rid of 10 guys, but you couldn't get a deal done for Joe Ryan. All he's done is given up 3 runs in 11 innings in 2 starts since the deadline. Boy, that would have been nice. That would have been a nice little breath of fresh air to add to this rotation. But Cam, he's also never thrown 160 innings in a season. You said before the deadline that was your main concern about him. That's a good point, caller. That's a good point. What it does, though, is it expands your rotation. And you have a long guy. You have another guy or two you can put in the bullpen. That means you can shrink these starts and expand your rotation. But instead, you didn't do that. You went out and got Dustin May, whom is not going to be able to give you 5 good innings in a start. He's just not capable of that. Walker Buehler, same thing. So when you have a stretch like this where your top 3 starters all suck 3 days in a row, and then you've got 2 guys who can't pitch 5 innings and be effective, then what do you have? That's a last place kind of rotation. And it worries the crap out of me. It worries me to no end that you're going to go into a postseason series and Garrett Crochet is going to lose a heartbreaker in game 1. And then what do you have? Then you're screwed. Then you are up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. If Garrett Crochet isn't perfect for you in a playoff game, then you've got shit to work with. You've got just about nothing. That's where it really concerns me. And of course, again, going back to what we started off the top with, you need to get there first. You need to get to the postseason. Right? This is a tight race. And you've got the Yankees, who aren't even playing good baseball, bearing down on you after you've lost 3 in a row. Toronto's luck has not run out yet. We thought it would run out by now. It has not run out yet. They're still, 14 or 15 games over 500 against teams that are over 500? They're great in one-run games. Their run differential stinks, but they're running away with this division right now. And speaking of trade deadline guys, not just Joe Ryan, how about Dylan Cease? I was told Dylan Cease was not good enough for the Red Sox to go out and trade for him. 4.6 ERA, not good enough to pitch for this team. In reality, they were right. He was too good for the Red Sox to hit. Not too bad for the Red Sox. The Red Sox were too bad for him. He shoved it down their throats the other day. 2 earned runs in 6 innings, 7 strikeouts in those 6 innings. He made the Red Sox look ridiculous. So now the question rears its ugly head again for Craig Breslow, for Alex Cora, for Andrew Bailey, and this entire Red Sox team. Do you have good enough pitching to get to the postseason? Do you have good enough pitching to win a round in the postseason? Because for as great as the vibes have been this year, you still have some huge holes in that rotation that you just didn't address because you want to be efficient. 3 losses in a row with your top 3 starters, that's efficient. You know exactly what you're going to get. They're going to lose, and they're going to lose it quickly. And that's what you're going to get in the postseason if you don't get better starting pitching from now until October. To me, this is a major red flag for the Red Sox. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Are you worried about this team? Are you worried about the pitching? Let me know in the comments. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. It's completely free. We come at you live on YouTube every weekday, high noon Eastern time, and then wherever you get your podcasts as well. So liking and subscribing really helps me out. It helps out the channel, which has grown so much over the last couple of months. You don't want to miss out on this. So check out the other videos on the channel talking Red Sox, Bruins, everything else going on in the world of Boston sports. I'm your host, Cam Stuart. Zach Burke keeps us on the air 5 days a week talking nothing but Boston sports.